Hey guys, I recently spoke with my friend and he asked me which AI tool he should use to make a research, to write better copy, to create images, and it made me realize that most people don't understand the difference between ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini. So in today's video, I'm about to show you which tool you should use for specific task, and at the same time, I will also cover the best practice on how to write better prompts, how to eliminate the hallucination, and how to make it just work for your business. So let's go. So let's start with best AI models. And here we have basically all the tools I'm currently using. And just simple disclaimer, because these are the AI models I'm currently using in February 2026. And basically this is the best used for. So don't get me wrong, because as you know, AI is growing really fast, so everything can change within few months. But basically, if we can go one by one, I will show you and tell you what I'm using it for. So with ChatGPT, I'm using it for general purpose AI. It's like daily tasks. I need to do something really simple, more like personal usage. For Perplexity, in case I really need to do really detail-oriented research, and especially when I care about source, when I need to get specific, like, I don't know, article or specific book from which it took the information, I will for sure use Perplexity. With Claude, Claude is really amazing. Recently, I'm really fascinating how good it is, because it will also ask you questions by itself, so you don't have to even tell him like, hey, ask me question if you hesitate or if you are not sure. He will ask you straight away. So as of right now, Claude is my number one thing that I'm using daily. But if I need to show you what is it best for, I think it's really good in writing content, especially like ads, emails, whatever you need. But at the same time, it's really good in long documents, in summary, and overall, if you have large amount of data, it's really good to use Claude. Next, we have Gemini, Google, really great to generate images, but I will tell you that from my personal experience, I like to ask Claude to generate me a prompt for Gemini. So basically, I'm telling Claude what I'm trying to get from Gemini, and Claude will write me a prompt which I will just copy and paste into Gemini. And from my experience, it worked the best. Then we have Manus. Manus is really good. This is basically the new tool, and everyone is talking about this. It's like simple N8N, because you basically just write what you want to do. It don't have access to all your documents, but I would say it's definitely worth to check. And next we have Grok for real-time information, because from what I know, the Grok have basically it's connected to X, to Twitter, so it's good to check the sentiment, social media topics, and things like this. So here is the quick list. So daily work, ChatGPT, research with sources, Perplexity, writing long documents, Claude, text plus image, plus Google tool. I would use Gemini, doing tasks automatically, Manus. Uh, I would also say like Manus is good for lead scraping, but I would, because I tried to do it, I would really ask him to tell you if he found the email or he just made it up. Because in my opinion, in my experience, he tried to give me some emails, and in the end, it turned out that he just made it up based on specific patterns, like name dot last name, and then he made it this way, but the emails didn't work basically. So Grok is for live news. And next, we are going to prompting. Here are short tips before we will go to the details. So I like to put like one sentence into AI just to make sure he will for sure give me the specific outcome I'm looking for. So in case something is really important, I like to ask him to do deep research, or I'm telling him straight away to avoid hallucinations. Also, I like to ask him to ask me additional questions. Like I told you with Claude, he is right now asking by itself more questions. But in case you are using different AI or Claude is not giving you the outcome you're looking for, I would definitely add this sentence to your prompt. Also, we want to. This is more if you are if you care about like text content for your ads, for your email. You are trying to avoid words that like boost, like skyrocket, just to make sure someone that is reading know that is not aware that you generated this with AI. And at the same time, we want to avoid, I don't know, I'm sick of this when they are using dashes and like some signs in the middle of the sentence. And also we can ask to provide the output in format X. So let's say you want PDF, you want JSON, you want bullet points, you want CSV, everything you need, AI can do it for you. And now let's go to prompt technique. So first technique is basically to give role plus context plus format stacking. It's basically, most people will ask like, write me a blog post about AI. But what you have to do is basically to tell your AI as who he needs to act. So in our example, you are a tech journalist. We are giving him what we want, right? A 600-word article. And at the same time, we are telling him about format, and that will give you much better outcome than just write a blog post about AI. So the next one is chain of thoughts for complex problems. Basically, you are telling him one after another what you need. Because most people will be like, should I switch from Shopify to WooCommerce? This is just an example, but it's always better to give him more context. So we are telling a bit about who we are and what we are trying to achieve. This is basically the same as we have in the technique number 1, because it's not like you have to apply technique 1 or 2. It's more like you are combining all of them, but at the same time you don't have to use all of them at once. It's more like I'm just trying to show you what you can do just to get better outcome. But at the same time, you don't have to use all of the techniques, all of the rules every time. Because if so, your prompts will be like this. And if you have really simple tasks, you basically don't need it. But going back to this technique, we are basically telling him one after another what we care about. And the third technique will be few shot prompting. So it's basically when you are telling your AI what you like, what you don't like. I really like to do it when I'm writing copy, when I'm writing emails, or when I am writing ads. I really like to tell AI, I will always ask him like, hey, give me, let's say, 10 titles for my YouTube video. And I will be like, okay, second title is really great, third title is really great. I would like you to create 5 new titles based on the type that you generated in the second and the third title. And thanks to this, your AI is learning what you like, what you don't like, and it can give you better outcome compared to what you want from it. And at the same time, you can simply just prompt like, hey, really good job. I think like most people don't understand that AI is still learning based on our behavior, and sometimes it even understand how you like to work, what you care about in different chats. So everything matter, and you should always leave some feedback to your AI model. So the next technique we have prompt chaining, and this one is really good inside n8n, but at the same time you can also do it just in your chat model, because if we will give, like, let's say you have a task to do. You have 5 tasks, and you will give all of them to chat model. It will for sure, it will not give you the best outcome you could get. So it's always better just to give him one task, then check the outcome if you like it or not, and then go to the next one. It will give you for sure much better outcome. So the next technique is to structure output prompting. It's more for AI, for N8N, because it's always better just to have everything structured, and make sure that with using this technique, your automation will run smoothly. And the next one is also something that can be used only in inside N8N or tools like this. When you are giving system prompt, is basically you are telling the same, like role, personality, knowledge, and everything about you and about the task he is about to do. This is more like you are trying to program your AI to act in the specific behavior. And the last technique is about context window management. So basically, you are just trying to give some context, and how to structure your data, because what you should do, and this really matters in case you're using AI a lot, that the instructor, how your AI should act, should be always on top, and the things that you are changing, like I don't know, like content about your client, or let's say you are giving your AI the prompt to generate personalized email. So the variables should be always on the bottom, just to make sure that the top is always the same, and thanks to it, you will not use that many tokens. So this is the second technique. And let's go down. Let's just to summarize. This is a good prompt pattern basically. You have part with rule. I think this is something that you always have to do. You just give your AI how to act. Then you are giving the context, background, then the task. The next one is format, how you want your output to be. Examples. From my opinion, it all depends. It all depends on the prompt, because also you have to remember that the prompts shouldn't be too long, because the longer the prompt, there is a point in which the more information you will add to the prompt, it will not give you satisfied output basically. That's why we have this rule of prompt chaining. So let's say you have I will give you my example. I have one agent that will create the thumbnail. I have one agent that will create me a prompt to generate the thumbnail, and I also have specific agent just to create titles, just to create descriptions. And on top of that, I also have the other agent just to give me an ideas in case I don't have any idea which YouTube video I should create. So this is basically what you are trying to get. Because if I would like to put everything in one prompt, for sure the output will not be as good as it could be. Then we have the rules. So how many words, what they should use, and the overall instructions. Then we have reasoning request. I also mark this as optional, because I'm not using it as often as I should, but I don't think it's that needed, honestly. But at the same time, you can always test and do it up to you. Then we have output schema, where we are basically telling, like, if we want JSON or whatever. Audience specification. So it's good to tell to who the content will be used. This is more for like copy, for ads, or whatever. And then we have fallback, error handling. If you don't know, oh, this is really important. Just to tell your AI, if you don't know, say I don't know. AI has this stupid algorithm that basically he likes to agree with everything you say. And this is really frustrating, especially when you are trying to build something. Your AI will always try to agree with you. Whatever you will tell them, they will always try to agree with you. So it's always good to just tell him that it's okay if they will tell you that it cannot be done or they need more clarification. And then we have chain instructions. Like I said, I mean you can put it inside your prompt, but it's only optional. So it's up to you, and basically just it based on your usage. Then we have tone. This is also more for a copy or for your chatbots or whatever. And like I said, input is always after prompt. So basically on top you have the system prompt, basically how your AI should behave, what it should do, and then you have like a website copy or like some information about the client or whatever, like document anything you need. And here is the example. We have role, you are a senior UX research, context, here is the context, here is task, analyze this, user feedback, format, then we have more information. I try to make it simple, but as always, I just talk too much. I don't know, maybe this is who I am. But I already told you how to use prompt, which tool you should use for specific task. And if you have any question, just drop the comment down below. Don't forget about like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Thank you for today. Bye.